black veil doesn't forget. It just loses track. Down in the tunnels past where the lights still work, something started calling. Case file 2642, the dead signal. It was just after 2 a.m. when I got the call. A tech from Sector 12, jittery voice and nicotine breath through the comms, told me he picked up a neural echo on an old dive channel. Dead bandwidth. The kind that hadn't seen use since the riots, back when people still believed memory diving could cure something instead of just burying it deeper. He said the signal had an ID tag attached. I almost didn't ask. Then he told me the name Mia Valencia, registered dead 3 years ago, cremated, case closed. So why the hell was her mind still transmitting? The elevator down to the old metro stank of ozone and stagnant water, the kind of place where even the rats had cybernetic fleas. The walls wept rust. Pooled water reflected the green glow of faulty LEDs, flickering like the last neurons of a dying brain. My boots crunched broken tile and fungus-crusted wiring. Gangs used to use this place for trades, memory chips, stolen implants, flesh with firmware still embedded. Now it was silent, hollowed out, haunted. The console the tech mentioned was buried behind a steel mesh fence, padlocked years ago and long since rusted open. Thick cables snaked from the terminal like dead veins, their shielding cracked and leaking coolant mist into the stale air. But the tech was right. The console in the substation still pulsed with a heartbeat frequency. Ancient emergency channel. Banned years ago. The air shimmered around it, not from heat but static resonance, like the place remembered screaming. I jacked my deck into the port, and the transmission hit me like a whisper through a broken speaker. Help me, please. It's dark. I'm still here. It wasn't garbled, it wasn't old. It was alive. This wasn't just a data ghost. It was a live consciousness, and it was trying to be found. Mia Valencia had been a street-level dive courier last I checked. Ran illegal data, unregistered transfer packets, usually for desperate clients or gang lords looking to hide traces of their sins. She'd vanished during the Ascension Clinic scandal, one of dozens supposedly uploaded to a synthetic eternity. Only thing was, none of them made it back. Not really. I set up my dive gear, pulled on the visor, ran the stability protocols. My hands shook just a little. Too much synth coffee, not enough rest. Then I dropped. They say every memory dive is like falling into someone's heartbeat. This one felt like drowning in a mirror. The sky inside Mia's construct was shattered glass. Clouds flickered like broken CRTs. A railcar rumbled past overhead but left no sound behind. Streets floated, disconnected, like ideas someone never finished dreaming. Neon signs buzzed in half-spoken languages. One blinked, slowly. Live forever in light. Ascension clinics now accepting walk-ins. There were no people, just echoes. Mia's echo stood under a busted streetlight, the lamp's light flickering between childhood and adolescence. She couldn't have been more than 17. Cybernetic eyes too big for her face, spliced and cheap, irises flickering with corrupted glyphs, one arm humming with twitchy servos, cheap and jittery, the kind you get from back alley vendors with vodka on their breath. She looked scared, confused. Her face flickered, age shifting back and forth like her timeline was glitching. They said it would be like sleep, she whispered. They lied, it burns. I moved closer. The world pulsed in response, not like a heartbeat, but like a seizure. Alleyways twisted, light became noise, ground cracked, revealing lines of code woven through broken pavement. "You're Cal Raine," she said. "The detective who dives, I remember you. You interviewed me once when my sister disappeared." I did. 10 years back. I was still fresh then. Still thought questions could heal the city. "She never came back," Mia said, looking past me. "I think she's here somewhere. I hear her voice sometimes." Her memory was collapsing. Not by accident, someone had programmed it this way. Probably to hide the malpractice from Ascension. Only now. The code was rebelling. I pieced it together. Mia hadn't died. Not in the way the death cert said. Ascension Clinic had uploaded her, or tried to, but something went wrong. Her mind didn't make the transfer. She was left half-coded, looping, awake inside a corrupted sector of the dive net. Forgotten, alone. And now, she'd learned to scream loud enough that someone, me, could hear. I traced the feedback loop. It was spiking. She wasn't just transmitting, she was reaching, trying to merge. If I didn't pull out soon, she'd burn herself into my neural frame like a parasite. Why now? I asked. Why reach out after all this time? Because I stopped being afraid, she said. Because I started remembering. The world shook. Memory structures around us started disassembling. Walls peeling like old film reels. Data fragments screaming past us in reverse. They buried us, she said. They called it salvation, but we're still here, all of us screaming. A chorus rose, lost voices, glitches, other echoes. They were all trapped here, and I needed to find a way out. I confronted her at the edge of a memory cliff, a recursive fall loop, the sky bleeding red static. Below us, a storm of code, breaking and rebuilding itself 1,000 times a second. You can't stay here, I told her. It'll kill you, or worse. I'm already dead, she said. I just want to be somewhere. Her voice wasn't synthetic. It wasn't code. It was human. Frayed, hurting, clinging. She looked at me with those two large eyes and said, "Take me with you." And I should have said no. I should have cut the feed, let her fade, put the ghost to rest. But I've got ghosts of my own. I rerouted the dive stream through my rig's local buffer, broke 5 laws doing it, fried 3 ethical protocols. Then I stored her, Mia, into an encrypted shard, small enough to hide in a pocket drive, heavy enough to carry in guilt. The transmission ended. I walked out of the station as the morning smog turned neon into smears. The city didn't notice. In my coat pocket, Mia's signal pulsed like a second heartbeat. Some signals don't fade. They just wait until someone listens. Guess I'm listening now. Case closed. Got a memory that doesn't make sense, a dream that feels too real? Leave your memory case in the comments and Cal Raine might take the dive.